Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zach and I'm doing monster card readings with these cards featuring characters from my game, Monster Garden. So today's topic is, what do people find sexy or attractive about you? So this is about among people who find you attractive or sexy, why is that, or what do they like about you? So this should be a fun reading. I'm not sure what's going to come up, so let's just check it out. We've got three piles. Pile 1, Pile 2, and Pile 3. Pile 1's got this nice piece of driftwood as the object. The objects don't matter too much, though, just to distinguish, but just to show you. Pile 2's got a plastic crystal, and Pile 3's got a nice piece of beach glass. So please look in the description box to see the timestamps for each pile. Take a minute to see which pile calls out to you. You can just pause the video, just see which one feels like it's pulling you or attracting you, or that you want to see, and then click the timestamp for that pile and you can see the reading. So thank you, and I'm going to start with pile 1 now. Hi, pile 1. This is the reading for you. So we're starting just with 2 cards, and then I'm going to draw some more cards to kind of flesh out what kind of message it is. So let's see, what makes you sexy or attractive? Wow, okay. I think you're very mature and knowledgeable and worldly and knowing, maybe. You seem very well versed in the world. It could be that you have a lot of knowledge, like you're the academic kind of person who is full of facts and can explain anything. You're good at observing the world, analyzing it, and sharing that information with others. So you might still be young, but you seem kind of mature and like a teacher, even for your age. So I think people find it very sexy or attractive how you seem to know so much, maybe have wisdom beyond your years, and just have all of these fun facts inside of you, kind of like a walking encyclopedia. Um, so yeah, you don't come off as childlike. I think you come off as mature, because this is a sassy and mature analytical monster. She likes to observe and assess the world and then give advice to others based on her assessment and analysis. And then Tukas is kind of a helpless little boy monster who doesn't know what to do. He feels helpless and lost. And that can be good in its own way, but that's reversed. So I feel like you don't seem like a helpless, lost little kid. Maybe you're young, but you don't seem like that at all. So maybe even older people think, wow, they're young, but why do I feel so drawn to this person? They feel like my age, even though they're young. Or maybe you are older and you are very mature and you feel like you've really grown and show the wisdom of your years. This is interesting. Let's try pulling some more cards and see what they say. Flesh out one of these. We get a little more detail on the reverse. We can go detail on each card. Let's see detail on the maturity side first. Whoops. Then we'll get the detail on the Tuka side after that. Wow, okay, that was a lot of cards. Let's just see what's in here. There was 6 cards. That's a lot. Let's just see how they are. We've got Clarity and Perception, the Mel Revolution card, Distance, Bloomin', Reversed Knowing, and then Gatekeeper. All right, this is a lot. But going with the Feb analytical card, you've got the Perception card. This is like the mature, piercing, observing ability. You can see right to the heart of an issue. You don't just get carried away by some childish fantasies. You see exactly what's going on. So I think people find this very attractive, how you not necessarily know nonsense, but you're not going to be distracted by some fancy talk. You can see what actually matters. I think that's probably very reassuring and maybe like impressive. I think you don't get carried away with things. You've got the Let It Be distance card. Like, you can keep a cool head and keep a distance from the things going on. You don't take everything personally and get carried away. You're kind of like a removed, impartial observer vibe. You can look at things, see what's going on from afar. So people probably trust your advice, feel like they can turn to you for wisdom. It's could be kind of in a very well, I guess you could say like in a masculine way, like that's kind of a stereotype, but you're getting some masculine cards with these. It's in the sense of masculine of kind of cool-headed, observing, seeing what to do, and being able to take decisive action. You could be a man or woman. It's just one way of describing that. And then you've got the Mel Revolution card. Mel is a natural leader that kind of stirs up other monsters to action. So I feel like people just listen to your opinion. They can tell that you know what you're talking about. Maybe you have the air of authority or the air of a leader. So it's not it's that you're a natural leader. People naturally want to do what you say. I think that is very attractive and appealing that um, you can gather people around and convince them to do what you want. Not in a sinister way, but you see to the heart of the issue and you can explain it clearly why this is the best. So naturally people listen to you and want to do what you say. Then on the other side, kind of associated these with Feb and these with the other side. These are fleshing out how you kind of don't seem childlike. Hmm. We've got the blue min cards. These are monsters from the second level of my game. They're kind of temporary visitors from the outside. They're kind of detached again, just observing things, asking questions, collecting data. They are mustached men, so I feel like you just come off as a adult, detached adult, not detached in a bad way, but like you just have a solid grip on the world around you. You can look at it, respond to it. Tugas is all about not knowing what to do and feeling lost. So you're not that. At the same time, you have this is like the deep, rich imagination card. So you have, you know, the ability to come up with new ideas and produce, imagine new things, but I think in a mature way, not in a childish fantasy way, but more in based on your thorough analysis of the world around you. You can kind of produce new ideas, make sense of fantastical new ideas that people mention, and probably make them a little bit grounded. But this is nice because sometimes when people are this kind of very clear, observant way, they kind of lack the creative side. They just notice things and see how they are, but they can't actually make up their own idea. But I feel like in addition to this clarity, you also have the creative side where you can analyze things and then make an actual carefully crafted, sensible, new connection, new plan, or new idea based on it. And then you've got the reversed knowing card. This is interesting. This is a very introspective, deep, quiet card of knowing from experience. So I feel like you may be young. Maybe you haven't experienced so much in life yet. You just have this natural perceptive ability and analytical abilities. And maybe I feel like you're outward and seem kind of worldly. You're not introspectively quiet, sitting in the corner type of perception and observance. You're not like totally removed to the point of being quiet and distant and lost in your own thoughts as you kind of process things alone. I feel like you're more like an outward leader who can articulate what you're seeing and lead other people through the steps of understanding it. Kind of like a outward leader, extroverted person who just kind of gets the world, can observe what's really going on and make clear assessments and lead people to new ideas and new ways of understanding things, which is beautiful. And that's easy to understand why people will find this attractive. I guess it's about your mind and kind of your leadership aura. I wasn't expecting to focus on physical things in these readings, but you got a lot of strong masculine energy, basically. A lot of these strong, thoughtful, and observant masculine cards. You could be a man or a woman, but I feel like you just are someone people naturally look up to. And at the same time, this is more like a little boy energy of someone who has these fantasies and new ideas and visions. So I feel like you either are still young or you still have this fun creative side, but a lot of just natural, vibrant leader, clear and perceptive analytical energy. All right, that is Interesting. Just for fun, let's see if there's anything else that's kind of more physical about how you look or anything about your appearance that might make people who are attracted to you attracted to you. Well, we got the ready for action, kind of the battle strategy, ready for action character. In the image, he's doing martial arts. It's kind of ready for battle. Now it's time for action. I think you're just like we were kind of already seen before. You're just ready to take action. You can see what to do. You know what to do. I feel like you might also be in good physical shape. Maybe you're naturally just have a muscular build, or kind of you naturally tend to be in good shape. Maybe you exercise a lot. I feel like you're just the kind of person who has a lot of energy. So maybe you don't go to the gym, but for you it's normal just to bike places and walk a lot. So all of this kind of energy, outward extroverted energy you have keeps you in good shape. I feel like that could be a part of it too. It's very outward active energy, potentially in good health. You seem to be of sound mind and sound body, I think. So this is what attracts people to you. So thank you for watching this reading. If you found it accurate or not, please comment how you thought. I would love to hear what you think and if you thought this clicked for you or not. And again, it's a general reading, so some aspects might have been for you, some aren't, but please let me know. If you like this video, please like and subscribe in addition to leaving a comment. And thank you. I'm going to move on to deck 2 now. Bye. Hi, deck 2. If you chose this pile, this is your reading. So I put 2 cards in each pile initially, and then I'll draw more to kind of flesh out the idea, but these are kind of the basic theme. So we've got creation, bring your vision to life. This is the visionary artist card. We've got Roofy, ride the wild. So I think that you may seem eccentric to people, like you just have a different take on life. You're on your own wavelength that, some people don't get, but for the people who are attracted to you, that is a very attractive thing. Like, if you're like this, you may have noticed that for many people that confuses them and turns them off, but for the ones who like that, it's very exciting and intriguing. You have your own vision, you're just kind of going for it in your own weird way. Maybe there's some bumps along the way and some people don't understand you, but you're just going for it seemingly maybe without a care in the world, or you're able to just shrug off the people who don't get you. Rufy is a monster from the game who kind of just has a lot of up and down energy, kind of struggling for words, but just always just blasting forwards with that energy. And in the upright position, it's kind of accepting your wild and strange side of yourself and embracing that and running with it. So that, in addition to the visionary artist card, it's like you just have your own approach to life. You're just going for it, no shame. And it's like exciting and sexy how you just don't seem to care, and you've got your own eccentric style. So let's get some other cards to flesh that out a little bit. I hope these are shuffled enough after the last batch. I'm having to put the cards back in because there are only 30 cards in my deck. And it's reversed Jellypot. This is a monster from my game who has a kind of distant persona of smiling and acting neutral on the outside, but kind of everything is kind of a joke on the inside. It's kind of you could say a little bit of a distance or reserved hipster vibe of kind of laughing internally, and no one ever really knows what it's really thinking. This was reversed, so I feel like it's more like, in addition to being so eccentric and unusual and mysterious, at the same time, you're just putting yourself out there, being yourself, being blunt and frank and honest, so you don't leave people guessing about where you are. Because I think sometimes it can be off-putting if someone's this original and creative and weird. If they have this kind of reserved attitude, it could come off as condescending. But for you, you're just totally out there being yourself, saying the things you think that are totally different than what other people think, saying your original visions and just sharing them. So people also find this like level of just openness and honesty with your crazy different approach to life to be very enticing and intriguing, probably a lot of fun, and makes them want to spend time around you because you spice things up with this kind of fun, eccentric honesty. Let's get some other cards here. This sounds like a lot of fun. Maybe more details on what exactly it is that you do that's so unusual. Potentially could be on your appearance as well. Oh, there we go. That was a lot. Well, I guess this one's come out too. I don't know if that should be upright or not. Let's see here. I'm gonna put that one up there. So you've got the ready for action. Again, I think you're just going for it, putting yourself out there, despite being so unusual. You're not intimidated by other people thinking you're weird. You're going for it in your own unique way. I feel like you're probably doing something through your jobs or hobbies that's uncommon or unusual. In addition to that, you've got the hidden strength card, Deep Roots. This is a character with some kind of in the story, this character is from a comic I was going to draw. She has kind of superhuman strength hidden under the surface that she might reveal in the instant when it's necessary, but normally she doesn't really show it off. Just kind of surprisingly powerful. But this was reversed. I feel like, again, you don't feel like you have to hide your strange side. You're just putting it out there. This hidden inner side of you most people might feel maybe ashamed of or shy about. You're putting it out there proudly, with no shame, being public, maybe even being a little bit bold with it. And in a sense of maybe being a little playfully show off about it and being like, look at this weird, funny thing I made. But I feel like you're probably kind of very good natured about it, so you don't come off as condescending. It's just like funny and cute how proud you were of this thing that you're showing off with no shame. And then you got the perception card, the clear vision card reversed. This is a character who has a kind of a genius level understanding of food and food chemistry and can see right to the core of the issue and craft the ultimate dish. This was reversed, so I feel like as open and honest you are with your weird side, you may seem like, how do I put this? Not naive, but maybe regardless of what you actually feel, maybe you seem like you don't notice how much other people are judging you, like you're so much in your own unique wavelength, you're not even noticing what's really going on. Maybe sometimes you're actually, a little bit stepping on people's toes with your big funny ideas out there. And again, some people would not find that sexy, but for the people who like you and are attracted to you, it's very charming how you're just, in a good way, kind of just cluelessly putting your weird ideas and weird self out there. Again, these readings are, in terms of the people who are attracted to you, why they like you. So I think it's refreshing how you're not nervously wondering what they think, or maybe even noticing what people think when they're judging you or thinking that person's too weird. You're kind of just in your own world, going for it, not wasting time trying to figure out other people or figuring out what's going on. You're just showing your weird side openly, proudly, and going for your off the wall or, striking your own path through the world. So this is a lot of fun. I get the sense you're just a fun person to be around for the people who like you. You take them on a fun adventure, new ideas, like things they might have never considered, and it's refreshing that you lack this shame or guilt or anxiety about it. So let's just get a few other cards, maybe something physical. This was quite a lot of cards. I just dumped out. Let's just see. We've got the Bobos, Tinty, Friar, and Seedlings. So the Bobos are these very colorful characters that appear in the game. They kind of represent all the different funny sides of ourselves that we have. They're a little bit, each one is kind of immature, kind of endearingly so. Like one minute stomping its feet, the other minute, demanding this or excited about that. Like kind of childlike, but charmingly simple and childlike, very colorful, very all over the place. So potentially it could be that maybe you sometimes have a little bit of not a fit, but you get frustrated or something like that. But again, for the people who like this, it's kind of charmingly childlike how maybe you get worked up about something that most people don't even care about. Like, oh no, like this random thing isn't the right color. A normal person wouldn't care. But you might get in a bad mood for the day because such and such little thing. But for the people that are attracted to you, it's endearing how you, unlike most people, you have your own take on the world. You respond to different things. And you're not actually, like, none of these characters are intensely bad or malicious. It's like they can see you're actually harmless and you're not actually worked up. You're not actually angry. It's just kind of, you're in a cutely little bad mood about something that went wrong in your own unique and eccentric way. These are supposed about your physical appearance. I feel like it's kind of more of the other themes, but I feel like you could be very colorful, wearing funny, colorful costumes to show yourself off. We've got Tinty, the broken and beautiful card. So you may not be conventionally attractive, but in your own way, you embrace your appearance. Again, you're not ashamed of it. Maybe you even are the opposite of something that's the way people are considered supposed to look, if how they're supposed to be attractive. For example, men are supposed to be muscular or women are supposed to, have long hair and shave their legs or whatever, but you're not doing these things in some way, but still just like proud, and you obviously consider yourself in a positive way. So you might not be normal, you might not have the normal things, but you're totally embracing how you are, and that makes it beautiful and sexy how you are and how how you accept that. This is the broken and beautiful little clunking TV character. I should have held these cards closer so far, sorry. Then Friar is this goal-focused monster. It's just about getting things done on the checklist to achieve its bigger goals of more abstract things that can't be done so practically. It's about getting the practical things done so there's time for the non-practical things, basically. But I feel like, again, you're very goal-focused, but on your funny, eccentric goals. So this seems almost childlike and cute and charming, how you're worked up and excited for this project, and it's something no one else would dream of doing, or maybe no one else would be excited about. So the people who find you attractive thinks it's very cute and endearing that you're focused on this unique goal that's just your weird and eccentric vision and bringing that to life. Again, that's not really about your physical appearance, but with this, maybe you're so focused on your goal, you don't care about your appearance so much. Maybe you accidentally wear a shirt with stains all over it, but to the people who are attracted to you, that's actually endearing. You didn't worry about your appearance all day. You just kind of rushed out of the house with your dirty shirt because you were so excited. But for some people, that's actually, in a way, sexy and attractive. And then we've got the reversed sparkling seedling. This is interesting. Each of these in my game, Monster Garden, each of these contains a whole level of the game. The levels are kind of symbolized in the form of a seedling. So each one represents a new world to explore, a new area to grow, and to grow your garden, which is the goal of the game. And this was reversed. So this is interesting. I feel like you're just not interested in doing things the normal way. Like, this is the normal way through how you progress through my game. You go through the seedlings in order, it's standard procedure, but I feel like you just don't go through life or games in the standard procedure way. And instead of playing the game how it's supposed to be played, you're like breaking the rules, messing around with something in the corner that's not even meant to be played with in the game, but you're enjoying that in your own weird and unique way. So if you like both in terms of your personality and your appearance, or maybe one or the other, since this is a general reading, you're very eccentric, unique, and just going for it without concern for others, whether that means working on your crazy projects Or maybe you forgot to comb your hair and it looks like a mess, but people who like you just think it's so cute and actually attractive that your hair is a mess today and not totally clean and perfectly combed. For some people, all of that focus on appearance could actually be a turnoff and they like you or find you more attractive. So please write in the comments if you found this reading, I was about to say if you found it attractive, if you found it accurate or not. I would love to hear what you think, and if you liked it, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you very much, and I'll be posting more videos soon, and thank you for watching. I'm going to go on to the next reading now. Bye. Hi, if you chose pile 3, this is your reading. So I put 2 cards in each reading to start with, and then I'll draw more to flesh it out. But these are kind of the theme for you and why you're attractive. Let's see what they are. So we've got precision, thorough, and complete. This is kind of knowing exactly where to strike, very perceptive, and also kind of manually dexterous, knowing just what to do and being able to take apart things or put them back together. And we've got Q, the broken bully. This is a character in Monster Garden who at first is mean, lashing out at characters bullying them. But in the end, you realize this character was actually the one that was hurting and actually just needed a friend. And in the end of the game, they decide to start a new life and make a huge life change to become more healing instead of hurting. I feel like you could be someone who is a very healing presence to be around. You can kind of see right to the core of an issue and see where someone's hurting and kind of help them feel better, either by talking through their problems like a friend who's kind of like a therapist, or just saying the right things at the right times. Maybe no one else notices, but you could just see that someone was having a bad day and you knew just the thing to say to cheer them up or give them a hug when they needed one. I feel like when these things go together, it's a very interesting combination of turning over a new leaf to be healing, combined with this great precision. It's like you know exactly what to do to like bring about big changes. You seem like probably very powerful, but in like at the same time a very gentle healing way, kind of like a therapeutic presence, either emotionally or physically. With this manual dexterity card, you could be someone who's very nurturing and intimate, maybe like almost someone who's good at massages, or more on the emotional side, someone who you can open up to, let your guard down, or just who can sense. I feel like you can sense where people are at very accurately. They don't have to tell you, I had a bad day and this and that happened. You just kind of pick up on it and can say the right things and put people at ease. Maybe even help them shift the direction of their day, or even bigger things, help them through life problems. But this is an interesting combination. Let's see some more cards. Okay, there's one. Let's maybe flesh out this precision card. It's interesting with the manual dexterity, ability to kind of take things apart, put them back together. Oh, there's some. Sorry, that doll keeps falling over. Reverse Tifa. Star and reverse Tinty. This is interesting. Star card is about attention and guiding people's attention, being able to bring their attention to what matters. This character is kind of the host of a party kind of person who just brings people together and directs their attention to what needs to be directed to, like a very good MC. So with a very good MC, it's not about the MC per se. They're not the center of attention, but they guide people's attention to what needs to be guided to next. It's kind of like leading from behind and keeping people focused on what they need to be focused on. So I feel like with these other cards, you're great at guiding their attention. Maybe this is more about not physical precision so much as just seeing where people need help, guiding their attention to the thing that really matters. Maybe they tell you, I had such a bad day because I failed a test. And you can kind of see, well, was it really about the test? Or maybe it was about something bigger and maybe about this. And you kind of subtly hint things that brings them to bigger realizations. I feel like you maybe seem a little bit mysterious, or like you have this mysterious perception that can help people get through things. Interestingly, you've got reversed Tifa and reversed Tinty. So Tinty is a monster from the third level of my game who kind of just accepts that he's awkward and broken. He's a clunky old television. There's no hope to improve. It's kind of embracing your awkwardness and in a sense giving up, but just in a very charming, clunky way. Like, well, this is how I am. I guess I'm just going to accept that. But I feel like people can sense that you don't just accept that things have to be this way. Like, in a very healing way, you make them believe, wow, I could actually change. I don't have to accept being broken or being this way. You guide their attention to like the possibility that a new direction in their life is possible. This is pretty deep, but I think you probably seem attractive in a very deep, emotional, almost spiritual way. Like they kind of look to you as this kind of source of mysterious inspiration almost. And speaking of which, Tifa is she's the time fairy from my game. She is a very intuitive monster. She kind of is so intuitive, she's kind of floating freely, and she needs a grounding force in her life. So at first she's working for this boss character that's kind of a negative, controlling boss, but if you meet her, you can free her from the boss and she joins your monster garden instead in the game. But this in the reverse, I feel like it's saying you seem very grounded. Like I just said how you seem like a mysterious spiritual leader, but not in the sense that you're just adrift through life or, unhinged or something. You seem very grounded. Like, I feel like that's what this manual dexterity card is about too. It's very grounded, like embodied side of this spiritual healing thing. You can direct their attention where to go, like almost physically showing people how to improve. Maybe you're involved in some kind of work with helping people like that. It's very grounded and real with like turning over a new leaf. You make people believe new things are possible. So it feels very, I think, sexy and attractive. Like, wow, with this person, anything's possible. New beginnings. They probably want to have a relationship with you. You might have a lot of people that want to date you. I feel like you seem like relationship material. Like, wow, they could be someone I want to spend a lot of time with. They're not just accepting the way things are. They're not adrift. They're stable, grounded, believing change is possible, focusing on the right things. This is like very mature. I feel like you must have a lot of life experience to be like this. You could be older or just very experienced and younger, but this is not like childlike or immature, superficial sexiness. This is like some deep, sexy stuff going on. Let's just draw a few more cards. Let's see if there could be anything physical in here, although I feel like this is beyond the physical. Just see if any of the cards come out. Maybe fleshing out this healing side with Q. There we go. Whoops. Let's see. Reversed baby. And reversed taking the lead. Interesting. Baby, speaking of childish, immature energy, baby is very fun, but baby just is savoring the connection with someone in the moment, just saying, enjoying that flirtatious connection that you first have when you first meet someone, not long term, but kind of just enjoying the moment, seeing where does this lead? Let's have fun right now and see where that leads. This is in reverse, so I think you're not like that. You're not just spinning off in the moment to see where it leads. It's like you can see where to focus the attention to make big life long-term changes happen, or just seeing the bigger picture and more than just, even though you're very grounded, I feel like you're grounded and present, but you're not just getting carried away in the moment. And interestingly, you got the take the lead commanding presence card in reverse. I feel like you could be someone who is, you're not pushing your way to the front to say, look at me, I can show you what to do. It's like you're just, again, leading from, did I say that before? Leading from behind. Yeah, I did for the star card. It's like you're just sitting there quietly in the back, but people who know you probably seek you out. Like this is also kind of a hidden, quiet character in the background. They don't jump to action, but they see just where to strike. And this character's kind of, they might be having people's attention on them, but they're leading them where to focus next. This is a character that just savors having everyone's attention on them, kind of embraces and plays with the power and leadership. So you're not that. I feel like maybe some people overlook you. They don't realize how much you've got going on, but the people who find you attractive see there's a lot going on beneath the surface. Probably it seems like deep, mysterious oceans of experience they can learn from with you. And you're not demanding anyone's attention. But for the people who appreciate it, you've got this experience and this ability to guide them to something new and show them new things. And you're about more than just like being in the moment, telling people what to do, having fun. It's a little bit deeper. This is very interesting. It's very mature, experienced, spiritual, sexy, which is kind of one of the most intense, deep types of sexy. So I feel like you guys probably have a lot of people that not only find you sexy and attractive, but they might even have feelings for you or want to date you or have a relationship with you. I feel like you seem like you're like relationship material with this maturity and kind of, what's it called? Careless, not careless, but sexiness without trying. You're not forcing yourself out there. It's just like obvious that you're emanating sexy energy, which is pretty amazing. So I thought maybe we could try to get anything else about your appearance for the last cards. And interesting, we've got the deep knowing card, of course. This is someone who just knows things from experience, has been through a lot. Maybe it's physically obvious that you've experienced things. Maybe you, for example, like have something as obvious as scars or gray hairs, but in your case it's sexy. Like they look at you and it's like, this is not a little boy or a little girl or a little kid. Like you're emanating that maturity vibe and have that older look in a positive way. Maybe you have some wrinkles, but in your case that's like, wow, this person's been through some stuff. That's actually sexy, how they have this deep knowing energy to them, deeper than words, that's only comes from experience. And then we've got the Mr. Bobo reversed. This is interesting. He is in fact this doll. He's the main character of Monster Garden. He is your guide through the game. He's kind of he's guiding the player through the game. He acts cool on the surface, but he's kind of got some insecurities that you kind of come to realize as you play through the game that he's actually not so confident. The whole game is kind of about making him feel better in a sense. And I feel like this isn't you. This is maybe the other person. You make them feel better. You know, how do I put this? The point of Mr. Bobo is that he's guiding you. He seems to be the leader, but in fact, he's the one being healed in the process of the player playing the game. So I feel like with you, you may not be a literal teacher or a literal leader. Maybe even in some situations, you're the student, but you actually end up being the one who the people learn from. Kind of, it's not the expected dynamic, but you're bringing about unexpected change. And you're not the commanding leader or like the guide, the actual guide or actual leader. You're leading from behind, and that's what makes you sexy and appealing. It's like effortless cool, effortless sex appeal. It's like not about you. It's just you're emanating this and you kind of make people feel better. I think maybe you make them feel sexy. When you look in their eyes, it's like you've got this deep, knowing, sexy vibe, and they're like, whoa, like this is, I never had someone look at me like this before. What's going on here? It's that kind of thing. This is very deep, powerful sexiness, so enjoy that. And I'm going to leave the reading here. I hope this reading made sense for you. Please let me know in the comments section if it did or if it didn't. And if you liked the reading, please like and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. I'll be posting more videos soon. And thanks again for watching this. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.